I'm a winner, not a loser, overcomer. I am more than a conqueror. I'm a winner, not a loser, overcomer. Hey, I am more than a conqueror. I swear it, I swear it, I swear that the weapon formed against me. I swear it, I swear it, I swear that the weapon formed against me. In the name of Jesus, I swear, by the power of the Holy Ghost, I swear that the weapon formed against me. Oh, I swear you, I swear you, I swear you, I swear you.
Another major intervention made by Honorable Kobena WOYOME has to do with the provision of nose masks to his constituents. Between May and June this year, the MP had distributed more than 3,000 nose masks to market women at both the Dapala and Sogakopo markets. Mr. WOYOME, who led the distribution effort himself, used the occasion to educate the market women in particular and the citizens in general on the need to strictly observe all the necessary protocols associated with the disease.
There's the need for some effort on the part of government to keep paying education while we also do our business. And also the need to be able to get the number of these face masks, to as many as possible. That obviously ought to be the responsibility of government while we also support the effort. We just have to intensify education. The NCC government should be able to enable a very important agency and entity like the NCC to actually deploy vigorously and be on the ground to be able to, as it were, get the education down to the people. I can only continue to encourage my brothers, my sisters, my mothers, everybody, my relations and all who are gathered, who are here, to be able to be mindful of one thing, that COVID-19 is real. It's real and we need to be very careful about it.
The market women were happy about the MP's gesture.
These nose masks I'm wearing is given to us by our honorable MP problem and solving. These nose masks will help prevent the pandemic, that is coronavirus. So we really appreciate him for the good work done by giving us these nose masks. Thank you very much.
Eh, mala tofa ki mama ba foto wala ko banya glore tane miaka. Ba mi oto. Diale dolele vasie. Mile rodo wala nyenti. Osia we mile nka nose mask. Kula an sanitizer. Mile mana mi kli asikroga. Plino awo. Nesi soba wo. Plino mira mana mira. Eji jamto. Tavala kwedana mi. Ma usoja na tuti na mi okata, nyama okata mi MP bi na to ko para muta. Odo ha to ma organize so kata mala ko dana mi. Ma wora wa na mi yana se alo ma ga kumyo. Ya ma kara give. Dola leve ajojo ga cha. Tama sia wana no gododora ma. Lon. Ya na ga dola le na dogora la kana tu koma. Ama sia wana to lon no havi. Ejira malamu, nya to ntifafa na nya ko wa hwe. Gakeke dralere. Ntifafa mananyu. Gakeke ntifafa le. Gamaye lon hananyu. Masi awana lon havi. Nemi achara ka wa ntifafa. Nemi akwa wa hwe na unu. Mada koremi. Akoremi ka kama usoja na tusi nemi okatalo akoremi.
The District Health Promotion Officer, Miss Enam Melody Bedi, used the occasion to remind all and sundry, especially the market women, that the pandemic is real.
So what we want to tell the people in the market is that the first thing is the protocols. The hand washing protocols is very important. After the hand washing, the second thing is a face mask. It is ideal to always be in a face mask because as I'm granting this interview, if there is no proper distance between us and there is no face mask, I can easily transmit this coronavirus if I am a positive case. So it's very important that they put on the face mask. In view of this, we want to appreciate our MP for distributing about 1,500 nose masks to the market people. We are so grateful.
On Saturday, 30th May 2020, the chiefs and people of Sokpe inaugurated a community rehabilitated WC public place of convenience for the Sokpe township. The project was initiated by the assembly member for the area, Honorable Edmond Dika, with support from the entire community. The MP for the area, Honorable Wisdom WOYOME, who attended the commissioning ceremony, commended the chiefs and people of Sokpe for the exemplary initiative. He also presented an initial check for 1,500 Ghana cedis towards other projects in the community.
We would have to use this occasion to congratulate the assembly members, the unit committee members, the chiefs and people of Sokpe for initiating the rehabilitation work that are taking place, which is bringing us together this morning for us to commission. This initiative definitely is an attestation to the fact that government alone will not be able to do everything, and therefore we encourage some of these initiatives. And so I came to meet part of the speech being delivered by the assembly member that indicated that they needed support for some other works, and then I mentioned an amount, and I would also want to support that work also. So I'm giving an amount of 1,500 cedis. It will be in a check to be drawn on Monday, so that at least they can get started.
One of the important health protocols in the fight against the spread of the novel coronavirus pandemic is the washing of hands under a flowing tap. As part of efforts to support his constituents in the midst of the pandemic, MP Wisdom WOYOME engaged the services of the Ghana National Fire Service to supply potable water to more than 15,000 inhabitants in more than 40 rural communities across the district. According to the MP, the gesture was part of his personal contribution to alleviating the suffering of his people, some of whom draw water from what he described as pathetic sources.
We are going to extend the supply of water to as many communities as possible that have requested for water, and that may extend to about 40. Today we've visited a couple of them, and we'll continue, and then until such a time that we are sure that we are out of the pandemic, and that we are sure that the outbreak has been contained, and our people, especially in the district and maybe in the surrounding communities, are totally out of it, and we are all safe, so that at least we can then see the way forward. However, we are also calling on government to expedite action and pushing for the laying of the pipes to enable comprehensive distribution of treated water to these communities.
I must say I am very glad the MP, Honorable Obina Mensa Woman, for the kind gesture. We actually having some communities, or most of our communities here are without pipe on water, so we fall on him. We went to the district assembly, they were not able to help. When we call on him, I call on him, he's able to help provide me with this water to the community. So I'm very, very grateful. We are now confident that when there's an outbreak of COVID-19, we'll be able to fight the virus. Thank you.
As part of efforts to ease the transportation burden of residents in typical rural and overseas communities, the MP over the years supported a number of such fishing and food basket communities with canoes and life jackets. One of such communities is Bludo, where the provision of such a facility by Honorable Mensa WOYOME will not only improve their fishing economy but also enable the inhabitants to transport their agricultural produce, particularly vegetables, to the main marketing centers of the constituency. Other communities that have benefited from the same project include Amedome, Akwedume, Gonu, Chaweme, and Hikpo. In the case of Tuani Kume, the MP added an outboard motor to the entire package. Mr. WOYOME gave the assurance that efforts will be made to tap the tourism potentials of some of these communities for the benefit of the district.
Knowing the importance of navigating the creek around the Bludo community for farming and fishing purposes. And sometimes it's hard to reach areas such as this. There will be the need to provide you with the necessary gear to enable you to go about your chores safely. And so on this day, I am presenting to you some items, and this is the first. I'll be bringing you more, as you already know. Every year, almost every request that comes from the community through the assembly woman, I've always delivered. And so this is the response to the request that was actually put across by the community through the woman that you have actually elected to represent your good selves in the August Assembly. Local Assembly. You have about 4 of life jackets and 1 canoe. And I want to believe that in the next visitation to this place, I'm likely to think of 4 months from now, you are going to get the same thing again. By which time I believe the rains would have set in and we will see more floods, and then of course then they need to have 2 or 3 of this. And also I'm aware that we have built a 3-unit classroom here for the people. So the movement of teachers from Tosupo down to this place are all considered. And why I'll have to bring to you another boat and another canoe and more of these life jackets to enable you to be able to go about your duties safely on the creek.
Give me a few walking a matter. As you are about to Miss Yeku young go be no in a matter. Never do me how many years to do me sick. Or do me a boy be a boy at the feet. Be quick. I will not yell. Your dog here. Now, I ain't going to come out. Then you okay, she must be. Or I can see. Do my phone come.
On Friday, 1st May 2020, the Volta caucus of NDC members of parliament, including Honorable Mensa WOYOME, made a donation of 100 bags of rice to be shared among petty traders, including bread sellers at the toll gate or barrier, Unipetrol station, the bread market, traffic lights, as well as the Vecom sales points, all at Sugakope. Other recipients of the package in the district were the traders at the Dambala Junction Custom Checkpoint. These petty traders were hard hit by the closure of the country's borders due to the COVID-19 pandemic. One of the beneficiary traders was grateful to the MPs for the gesture.
Apada beliaga inne nyami katale so takukuma yimi dum nyami zibenia ona yakuna ne jeni nyako denma akbeni nyoha awne to kwa ko ngami do wa bonemi nono jeji ne mikata amen
NDC
e buga hale yesu e buga le yesu ko na fama le mi kata ni na aba le yesu e ba le yesu beauty ma.
Through the instrumentality of the MP, past DCEs and the NDC government, the constituency can't boast of a well-functioning fire tender. The chiefs and people of Aduto and Asidowi also had police posts through the instrumentality of the MP. The provision of lots of street lights along the principal streets of the district is another achievement of the NDC and the MP Kobena Mensah WOYOME. MP Wisdom Kobena WOYOME has over the years had very good relationship with the Muslim community within and outside the constituency. On Tuesday, 19th May 2020, the MP donated more than 30 bags of rice and 10 cartons of cooking oil to all Muslims in the district towards the end of their 1-month Ramadan fasting and prayer. The leaders were not only grateful to the MP for the gesture, but also prayed for good health and prosperity for him in his endeavors.
According to our fasting system, we all go according to how the laws has come in these days, according to COVID-19. So everybody is in the house giving his prayer all the time. So through the system, we are praying for this COVID-19 to be out of our country here. So we thank God that our Chief Imam Sharubutu has given everybody in the whole Ghana to take order according to how the President has given to us. So we thank God. And this we appreciate everything. And we thank God everything will go all right in this country.
We are highly appreciate what he did for us, because normally that's how he used to do, or this or more than this. By in any circumstance, we are okay with it.
We are here to, as it were, to congratulate them for the 1 month solid of fasting and prayer for the country, the community, and as well as they themselves. And also knowing the situation we find ourselves in as a country with the outbreak of the pandemic, which of course is not enabling them to break their fast the usual way, with the congregation at a point where we would come, fellowship with them, and then give them some gifts. Because the social distancing and protocols that are to be observed make it so difficult for that to be observed. There's the need for us to come to them this way, to give this gifts token to them. Even though it may not be that enough, but we believe it will go a long way to sort of be a kind of symbol from us that we are with them and have been with them. And our wishes and aspirations would be that their prayers that they have offered for all of us will pave way and enable this country to overcome the challenges confronting it.
Honorable WOYOME has not relented in his efforts to hold town hall meetings and in recent times smaller engagements to continue to drum home his vision, duties and responsibilities to his constituents.
It's a routine program that I usually embark on. I mean, it's one which affords me the opportunity to interact firsthand with the people at the grassroots to get to understand the state of affairs. I mean, there are times you are going to discuss some of the problems that confronts them, and then probably initiate some moves to alleviate some of the sufferings and all that. There may be some interventions I would have done, but because of my busy schedules, one wouldn't have the time to come and see the state of affairs. But now on recess, I just want to embark on this to be able to understand some of the things, and then maybe newer problems that have come up, and then maybe see how we can address some immediate ones that we think we have the resources for, and then also go and lobby for the interventions by the central government or some NGOs and all that. So I think that is what it is. And also you see there is a lot of misinformation on the ground about the responsibility of the Member of Parliament and that of the district chief executive, who is the direct representative of the president in our various districts, and also the role of the assembly members and another unit committee members. So I use this opportunity also to educate the people on the responsibilities of these officers.
In the August House of Parliament in Accra, Honorable WOYOME on a number of occasions summoned colleague MPs and the Ministers of State through the Speaker to the floor of the House to solicit answers from them to pertinent issues affecting members of his constituency. A case in point was when Honorable WOYOME sought answers from the Roads Minister and the Minister for Water Resources and Sanitation on some road challenges in the constituency and on the Agodome water treatment plant, respectively.
One, Potame through Agobe to Gladisco Junction. 2, Dabala Junction through Agohome. Mr. Minister, take note of the spelling. Agohome. And through Agohome and Chiveto is Chiveto to Dabala, as they both serve as important detour to the main Accra, Aflao and Keta Dabala Junction highway.
Honourable Minister, your question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Potame through Agobe to Gladisco Junction Feeder Road is 5.3 kilometers long. It is located in the South Tongue district of the Volta region. The section from Potame to Agobe, which is 2.1 kilometers, is engineered and in fair condition. The second section from Agobe to Gladisco Junction, measuring a distance of 3.2 kilometers, is unengineered and in a poor condition. Currently, Mr. Speaker, there is no rehabilitation or upgrading program on the road. The future for this road is that, Mr. Speaker, engineering design studies will be conducted during the third quarter of the year 2020 to determine the appropriate upgrading intervention. Thereafter, the works will be programmed under the Ministry's 2021 budget.
Ask the Minister for Roads and Highways what steps are being taken to continue the construction of the road from Akalove through Gamenu to Hawi.
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Akalove to Gamenu to Hawi feeder road, measuring a distance of 4 kilometers, is part of the Lolito to Galuche to Hawi feeder road, which is 22.7 kilometers long. It is located in the South Tongue district of the Volta region. Mr. Speaker, the section from Lolito to Amedomikope, which is 17.20 kilometers, has gravel surface and is in fair condition. The next section from Amedomikope to the outskirts of Akalau town, which is 1.5 kilometers, is bituminous surface and in good condition. The third section, which starts from the outskirts of Akalau town through Akalau to Hawi, is 4 kilometers and has gravel surface in poor condition. Currently, Mr. Speaker, there is no rehabilitation or upgrading program on the road. But while we move into the future, Mr. Speaker, the engineering design studies and cost estimates for the upgrading of the road to the terminal surface will be completed by the end of the third quarter of 2020. Thereafter, the procurement and execution of the works will be considered under the Department of Federal Roads 2021 mandate. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
To the minister's answer, he said at a point that the section from Lolito to Amadomakope, which is 17.2 kilometers, has gravel surface in fair condition. And I want to say it is really not currently when it is raining heavily. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Roads and Highways what steps are being taken to upgrade the following roads. 1. Tojino through Taklame and Aoyakope to Dabala Junction. 2. Lambe through Tulesem to Ntepo Road.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the above stretch of road is in 2 sections. That is Tojino through Dofuame and Ewuyakope to Dabala Junction. 1. Tojino to Dofuame and 2. Ewuyakope to Dabala Junction. Mr. Speaker, I begin with the first one. The Tojino through the Fuame Road is 10.2 kilometers long. It forms part of the Tojino through the Fuame to Agotapo Feeder Road and has a total length of 12.5 kilometers. It is located in the southern district of the Volta region. The section from Tojino to the Fuame has gravel surface in fair condition. Mr. Speaker, the second section, which is from the Fuame to Agotapo, is unengineered and in poor condition. Currently, Mr. Speaker, the program is that there is no upgrading or rehabilitation program on the road. But the future program is that the traffic volume on the road is observed to be very low, that is less than 10 vehicles a day.
Water supply to Agodome, Sukakope water treatment plant, and which will be expanded. And this will improve supply of water to Saskope, Dendo, and Achebe communities and their environs to meet the increasing water demand in the area. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Yes, Honorable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, from the answer provided by the Minister, particularly on the phase 3 of the 5 district water supply scheme, it's indicated that supply to Lokitiko, Doklame, and their environs will be connected from the distribution line from Agotako. Could the Minister tell us when will that be starting, or when do we expect that to commence?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I can announce authoritatively that sub-cutting has been scheduled for this particular project. And the Honourable Member will be invited when the time is up, which is very soon. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Minister, Member. Honourable WOYOME.
Mr. Speaker, from the last paragraph, also indicated that the Agodome treatment plant is due for expansion And may I know when that will also start? And the scope of that project, you consider expanding the pipeline from Agodome to Sulakope Township as a parallel line to the existing line.
Thank you very much, Minister, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This will surely be done because the Honourable Member has already engaged the engineers on this particular project and his request will be done. And I humbly suggest also that if he has any inputs, our doors are open. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister. Thank you again.
Honorable Mensa WOYOME piloted 3 major laws in the August House from the beginning to the end as chairman of the Youth, Sports and Culture Committee in Parliament between 2013 and 2017. These acts were subsequently signed into law by the former President John Dramani Mahama. These are the Youth Employment Act 2015 of 887, Re-establishment of the National Youth Authority Act 2016 of 939, as well as the Re-establishment of the National Sports Authority Act 2016 of 934. Per such a rule by the MP, these laws are expected to become one of the major legacies Honorable WOYOME would have left in the August House of Ghana's Parliament. As ranking member for Youth, Sports and Culture in Parliament, MP WOYOME has over the years been very supportive of both school and club sports and games across the entire constituency with sporting kits and equipment, including footballs and jerseys. His message to the rank and file of the party in the constituency is for all and sundry to come on board towards the party's victory in the December poll.
I think we've come a very long way. I mean, we are together as NDC people, and I believe this battle ahead of us can never be said to be for one person. We need to snatch power, we need to bring back what we've lost this past 3.5 to 4 years under the current regime that we have all seen is not ready to do our lot. So, please, let's close ranks, let's come together, let's ensure that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wins, and all the members of Parliament running on the ticket of NDC also win. The truth about the matter is that every project, policy, whatever that we all are yearning for now will have to be budgeted for and brought to Parliament for approval to give His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who will be the next president, to run with all that we've been promised. If he doesn't have the numbers in the August House of Parliament, then all that he's been telling us, please might hit the rock, because we do not want to even think about it. Vote for JDM, vote for all the members of Parliament on the ticket of NDC, so that we can have the majority in the House to be able to prove the policies, get all his agenda on course. Any role of Parliament can be smooth running to add to his agenda of bringing back the smiles on the faces of the people of this country once again.
The former DC for the area, Honorable Daniel Amaloku, also has the following words of wisdom and advice, not only for the party hierarchy in the constituency, but also all Ghanaians in general.
Unity. MP, the constituency executives, especially the functional executives. If you are not together, you cannot achieve anything. Campaigning is not an easy thing, it's not one day thing. House to house, you need to organize house to house. Everybody. No, getting position is not
just the end. You must work. If you are in position, you must work. You need to campaign house to house. We had a mobile team. A mobile team who is moving to every community, campaigning. And then we have those who are also doing the house to house. I look at those who are voting for, who are calling themselves MPP and wanting to vote for MPP candidates. I look at them and I say, hey, our forefathers struggled to bring us, is it from Sudan area, down to Nigeria, to Togo, and then to Ghana. And we signed an agreement with the Gokos 1874. So we entered Gokos 1874, before even the Ashantis. But now they are telling us we are not Ghanaians. We are Togolese. They are beating our brothers at Banda area, setting fire to their houses. And now, a voteria going to vote for MPP. Don't you think the wrath of our forefathers will be on them? The wrath of our forefathers will be on them, those who will be voting for the MPP. The wrath of our fathers, because they struggled to bring us to where we are today. Now they are telling us we are not Ghanaians, and you want to vote for them. Oh my God! Our forefathers, their wrath will be on them. So they better change their mind. I want us to have results. We need 12,000 more votes to the 2012 result. 2012 we had 34,000. So we should be between 40,000 and 50,000. If we are not able to get that, then we have not worked at all. So you need to set a target for yourself when you are working. So they must be looking at 50,000 for the president, 50,000 for Honorable WOYOME. Then we see, then we can give ourselves an equal.
Lonely beats. Akosikanya dala, chukada de kamanwanyo, jawawo de kamanwanyo. Bede, akosikata gamila payama, ama juju manwanyo, ama koko manwanyo. Asila sima, novi silele, ama novi juju malode. Yema, bomoda kaumyenye, mina mutifafa nava, alasi mi wane gomya welo. Ala bana, yetum yabagana yeyan, gana yeyan, yetum yabagana yeyasi, gana yeyasi, yetum yabagana yeyan, gana yeyan, gana yeyan, gana yeyasi.
Stop it, what we need is peace. Nobody's gonna hold God.
After this election, we don't need any trouble. We don't need any fighting. I say what we need is peace. Notifafa. I say togetherness. Oh yeah man. Achuda da man wanyo. Uda da man wanyo. Akpeta da man wanyo. Gana, ala bana, yetum yabagana yeyalo.